Hello and welcome to Turn 13's Battles. In an hour-long video, we're going to be going with this format because I find it's going to be easier to edit. I get to review all the videos before I send them out, cut out some boring parts that's going to waste your time, and it's going to make naming them easier. So, without further ado, let's get into the battles. Hopefully I remember to timestamp them, and hopefully you enjoy. Hello and welcome to Turn 13's Battle Slot number 2. We have a familiar face over here, or at least a familiar train, and his little buddy. Versus another train. We got a train off today. This is going to be awesome. A little bit of time to look at him. What's this cargo? Looks cool. Alright, let's see. And before I mess anything up, because I have been switching versions, game versions constantly, which means I've been changing settings. Let's let the battle go. Do not fall in the water. Oh, top-down missiles. They seem kind of small for top-down. No, this is not FTD recording. It is going that fast. You are really slow. Incendiary missiles. This is the only fast Avem ship in this battle, which is pretty easy when the other one is a slow train. Ooh. So, that fire is going to be doing quite a bit of damage. Let's see what you look like. I can see the breadboard on this. Excuse me. Interesting missile design. It's very FTD looking, which is good because a lot of missiles lose the charm of FTD. That other he's trying to catch up, but he's so far away. American cargo train versus European or Japanese train, I don't know. I'm gonna go with European style train. Just speeding away. Does any damage happen to you? No, but we can see the missiles launch from here. I'm not sure what to focus on for this battle because there's really only a 1v1 at this point. I'm just basically watching. Yep. Alright. Can he float and do damage, or is he just going to sink and fall over? He's clicking. Something in here is clicking. So it must be majorly damaged. Alright, now that the third wheel is officially downed, we can have our proper train fight. We'll take a look at the health. Only 94%. And, oh, proxies. A little bit split. I think that Citadel might have the better train. I just saw those heat fragments. But despite its superior speed, the shells are landing. And he's still third party. Let's do a quick health check. 94. 91. Yeah, he's gonna lose his weapons pretty soon. Your guns aren't working. Maybe they're for something else. Very narrow dodge into broadside range. Curious gambit. Let's call it planned. Oh, the guns are working. No, they aren't. I was just seeing things. I think an interesting strategy is if you gave that a little bit more speed and gave it some broadside switching. That way, all of its guns could just go and then flip. The gun does work, apparently. Must be really slow. Ooh, simple jets. This thing's gonna take a while to die. And I think, unlike the Avem train, this is actually one entire vehicle. So if it's lucky and it hit the spin blocks of the back here, could probably chop off about 20% of the HP instantly, maybe 30%, just to guess. While this one, you kill the front, which it's doing, and everything else just drops. Because I'm assuming this is the main source of lift. Expert weave. I'm not sure if this is built for front sighting. There seems to be a lot of interesting. Because that's basically just, I don't know. I wouldn't know if it's free anything. That gun looks like it's completely gone. All that's left is the diff broadside, and it's glorious simple weapons. But just like both of them to each other, they aren't hitting the caboose. I don't know what these are called. I'm not a train nerd. They aren't hitting the things that they're carrying. So all the FP is mostly intact. He is flipping over. What is happening?
I think the heat's disabled all the weapons on mine, all but like one. So.
Huh? Maybe. Let's check the FP. You may just be out of range.
Could be, or could have just gotten the local weapon controllers. I don't know. I guess give it another pass. But if it doesn't do a good broadside the next pass, I might as well withdraw if I can.
Well, the main issue is that this is maintaining its range pretty well. So the pass might be really hard to pull off. Hmm. 8371. The top down seems dead. Is this using a diff broadside?
I think some of them are, yeah.
Okay, that explains the long reload time. I'm gonna speed this up because I was too damaged. Because I think this was just circling around him and not actually getting within range. Now it's just raw, unadulterated trains. I have high faith that these crams are gonna hit. One of them did. That's pretty good. If I had any of my phones on me, I'd start a timer. Give it like 3 minutes. See where it's at. If you guys are okay with it. Yeah, that's quite the damage taken. Problem is, this is flying not off of custom jets, I believe. I think it's flying off of simples, which means even if you do break through all the armoring. Oh, and I missed it. This is what I get for not paying attention. The Avem train has fallen into the depths, from the skies to the depths. Roll in credits. Thank you for watching. This has been battle slot number 2 for turn 13. I hope to see you in the next battle. Hello and welcome to turn 13, slot 5. We have to run slot 5 first before slot 3 because this fleet intercepted this guy who is going to run over the subs and then fight at Gartok, of which we will not be running because it's tiny. So let's see how the fast guys do against the carrier fleet plus friends. So glad we didn't have any TG issues happen with that craft. Alright. That was close. You guys are getting a little too close to each other. You guys can go left. Let's see what this looks like from a poor bomber's perspective. Pretty good. And his wing is clipped. He's falling down. That's a pretty cool way to death spiral. But the question is, will any of the bombers be able to reach the scary floating woman frontsider before dying? I don't even think they have enough height. But the diff broadside plus the crams, dual purpose craft, finally coming into play. This is amazing. We love to see it. Looks like the AA is doing their job and also not getting shot at. And the planes just don't have enough height to reach. Too short. It's got some great lift. Oh, we got a ramming over here. What is going on? This may be due to them getting corralled into each other due to a whole lot of circling. Nebulous carrier repair. I care not, because I build TG, and I think repairs are actually pretty balanced, as long as you aren't intentionally trying to abuse them. So when you get out of range and your fleets are all spread out, and you're only repairing at short distance, it's not going to mean anything. Finally, cram bombs, and they're just too slow. Reason 673 not to use bomb chutes. Reason 674 would be the recoil from the cram firing would be hilarious on a plane. Just boop. Let's see. I believe this fight will turn into how long can the carrier stay in the air, and then will the planes be able to do anything. So far, looks like the planes might not be able to do anything, especially with these guys running around. What's the other frontsiders doing? If I can find him. Wow. Epic frontsider battle. He did eat a wall of diff, so maybe some damage has happened. Is that a sandblaster? Wow, you are about dead. Okay. Crams might possibly work. Right, let's bring it back to the bombers. Anything happened? Nope. Nope. How about you? The APS might be doing some chip damage. 97%. Those missiles are almost out of range. Just like 60 meters further and it would probably not touch. Like that. Felt him scuttle. Which then leaves this guy to take the full brunt of whatever that is. I'm actually interested. What are these shells? Okay. Pretty safe shell. Pretty good against thin armor crafts. Because stuff like that happens. And then that happens. I wonder if we got AI deaded. Should be the last of the carrier. No way. The boat is being a boat? With wings? This is actually pretty optimal. And then you're scuttling in about 16 seconds, probably. Yeah, it looks like it's just plain cleanup. And they seem to be falling at the sky. I don't think these planes could have gotten any of the targets except any of the front side or any of the targets actually except the boats. Because cram bomb shoots, apparently they only work on subs. Okay, I'm gonna need you guys to get away from the coastline for the next battle. Because it appears that you have no home to go to.
No, let him be free.
He has no family. All of his boat friends are gone. He'll be free. He'll be able to tell the stories. You should make a post about it, though. With that said, that is the Citadel win for today. They will be moving on to the next battle, battle slot number 3. Hello and welcome to slot 3 of turn 13. Got epic submarine battle times 2 versus we just won our battle that definitely wasn't near the coast. Don't mind the coast. Let's see what they do. Can they beat the submarines? I sure hope so. That's what the missiles do. I did spawn them a little bit close to the submarines just so all the enemies can get into range.
Apparently there's supposed to be more Citadel fleets here.
Oh, there is?
They don't seem to care that much, though.
Cool. If things really bad happen, I will spawn in the other Citadel fleets. Pretty cool missile spreading. Will the fast guys be able to outrun the missiles? And they're incendiary. Yeah, it looks like they'll be able to avoid most of the damage. Let's see what submarine gaming looks like. So far, he's sitting pretty. So far, he is not sitting pretty. He is getting a clean shave. They are running his fade. Let's see what he's like. Can I please hop on? Thank you. Holy air gap. He's diving! He's diving! Alright, he's surfaced. That means he's probably at 85% health. 81. Pretty tight surface. It's a little bit dangerous to do 81 or 82, because if you're losing HP really fast, you might not have enough time to surface, or have enough thrust to surface too. So, really is a gamble. The top attack missiles are doing quite a number. He is thirsty. He needs a drink because he's getting a heat stroke out in the deserts. And she is just enjoying the air. Lots of block loss. Yeah. Where did the other submarine go? Oh, he can't float no more. He's downed. I think that's the last submarine. I couldn't find the other one. Looks like that's the last submarine. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next battle. Not slot 4, because that one doesn't need to be ran. And now we have turn 13, slot 6. I think it's the first showing of Hemospectrum. Okay, no, it's not the first showing. It's just been a long time. I'm actually doing this voiceover way after this battle has happened, so this is long past for me. I think I've mentioned it before that there's a lot of cool designs from Hemospectrum. If this video feels like it's at goofy speed and I'm just moving around at light speed, that's because it's an FTD recording. And this is the actual speed of the game. But the camera speed doesn't adjust, so I'm zipping around at light speed trying to look at everything. It's a bit nauseating. I apologize. I'll be better about this. Yeah, we've got Avem versus some Cowboys, and currently the Cowboys, or should I say Cowgirls? They're putting up a pretty valiant effort. I don't know what the ones with the machine guns are, but when they fire, it's really cool. It's just dumps into it. It's so cool. They've already downed an airship, 2 airships actually, and the tanks are doing their job. Whole lot of armor on these crafts. Oh yeah, this is also a city fight. I don't remember which city, but the defenses aren't notably strong. The horse has lost his leg. They're just sitting there. Standing there. Menacingly. I wouldn't consider Hemospectrum to be a very terrifying enemy to fight against, simply because they're almost entirely aesthetics focused. But that's not to say that they're weak. The power of deco hiding can make any of your prettiest crafts look good and be strong at the same time. Alright, this was just a cool scene. They're all on the ground, the airship's downed, and they're all walking up to it. It's so cool. And I'm just zipping around like, oh, what do I look at? What do I look at? I think in turn 16 I get better at filming these in FTD recording, because I realized, yes, if I zip around at light speed, it's gonna look like garbage. Those are the defenses that kind of just explode. And the city is The Air City, Avem runs off of Air Cities, by the way. That has been downed. And you can just see them walking up to it and just shooting. It's so cool. It really gives you a sense of scale of these battles. Those are reasonably sized people. I don't quite know why there was a pause there. Couldn't figure it out in editing it, but I actually shortened it from a 30-second pause to a 3-second pause. It was really weird. Yeah, they're just dumping shells into it. And in my mind, I was like, oh, that's the last one. Nope. There's still a balloon in the sky. You don't appreciate your sky, people. We're gonna turn you into some Hemospectrum fried chicken. And that's the end of this battle. Here's the damages. I'm gonna keep on recording to move on to slot 7. Got the Avem forces. We're gonna pan them over. Gonna keep panning over. Fade into, look at that, the horses. A really cool animation. Pretty loud too. I didn't actually hear it when recording it because FTD recording has cut out all the sound. So I didn't realize how loud that was. Oh, explosion in the background? What happened there? If there's anything Hemospectrum does perfectly, they explode perfectly. And the camera's all over the place. I'm so sorry. But we've got people versus giant metal walkers. Not just people. Cowgirls. Can they win? The power of plot armor save them? Beautiful horse animation. Beautiful for FTD standards, which is a little bit lower than real life, but it's still pretty impressive. Pop. There's another guy who's flailing his legs around. Just gonna make a comment on that. Oh, look at that. Crams. Crams into nothing. Perfect miss. Just the sheer size difference. It's like Helldivers, honestly. You've got this really tiny person fighting these giant metal machines, and they've got their very strong weapons, and they're technically glass cannons. What's happening? What am I looking at? That was weird. Firebox is still chugging along. He lost a gun. There's a few crams hitting that. Pop. You can see just how big the crafts are. The reasons fire bounding box of crap. So yeah, you can just see that she's carrying something behind her. Something really large. Person right behind this metal machination. Shooting it from Pop. Look at that. I really love it when crafts explode nicely. Like, I like it when crafts work and they don't fail. But if they explode, they better explode beautifully. That's a comfort zone. My horse is sideways. What's up with you? And now the walker is sideways. We know what's up with you. And this looks like a wonderful Hemospectrum victory. I think? Yeah. here's the damages. And let's move on straight to slot 8. We have the appearance of the giant... Oh, okay, let's look at those first. We have the appearance of the giant... You just lost a leg. Okay, can we get close up? The appearance of the giant... We've seen this craft before. Come on. Lock in. Come on, me. Zoom in. There we go. The appearance of the giant rat walker. Which is totally not a Metal Gear Rising Revengeance reference. Totally not. It's got a whole lot of lasers. It's got a whole lot of being big. And it's got a whole lot of... Why is it standing still? I've been told that the movement turns off if a leg is damaged. So that's why it's standing still. Do a quick jump cut over to the Lion Forces. And I've said things about them before. They are fun to watch. They move around, they scoot around, they shoot around. They feel good. But since the Walker is the... I know the fleet name. The fleet name's the Somber Lane. But I don't know the Walker name. So I'll just refer to it as the Somber Lane. Since the Somber Lane is the new craft, there's going to be a lot of focusing on it until, well, until something happens to it. And as you can see, a whole lot of happening is happening to this craft. It's dropping blocks. It's got flakes just falling off. I think it has major dandruff and acne. I think it has a fungus. Yeah, this craft has a fungus inside of it. I will say it's a visually impressive craft. And that's really because it's large. Large crafts are kind of really cool. But we got a large fleet. A lot of area to look at. A lot of jumping around. And also, my button to shift caps, it stopped working in this battle. So I had to pause and manually move over. So that's why there's a lot of jump cuts. As you can see, the tanks are just rolling in. They're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. And they're doing it like cool. But they aren't like the tankiest of tanks, so they're kind of exploding whenever they get shot at. Except for that guy. That guy just frag detonated. So pop. You can see the Somber Lane in the background. He's getting a drink from the sand. She? I don't know. I actually really don't know if those things have a personality. They probably don't. I think they're just commanded by a ton of rats. But here's the behind of it because, as I said, we're going to focus on this craft. It's brand new. I did not know that it makes noise until I started editing this video. Because when you do FTD recordings, it doesn't play the sound in the game. So I didn't know that it makes noise. It's very cool. I didn't know that it makes noise whenever you pause it too, so it's only minorly annoying. Taking this moment to appreciate the damage and get some cool shots on it. I didn't wait nearly long enough to have them feel right because FTD recording. Scream once more. Then we pan back to the ground fight. Don't worry, there will be more of that craft if you aren't bored of looking at it yet. And if you are, I'm sorry. It's a new craft, that's just how I do it. Cool frag detonation that I wanted to capture right behind the artillery tanks. And they seem to be doing okay. No, I think he has a bit of a scratch. He might need an ibuprofen. But so far, they're doing so good. Just kind of just sitting in the back, lobbing shells. They're doing their job. Also, it's pitch white because the map hasn't been set up right, and it uses basically the FTD standard of its daylight for 16 years when it hits 12, but it's nighttime for 16 seconds when it hits 20. And when it's 12, all the sun is above and it's really bright due to my graphics settings, which makes it pretty hard to look at the ground. This will be fixed in Season 4's map. Yeah. So far, all the tanks are just focusing on the somber lane, which I imagine is its true purpose. Lasers are not the greatest for actually doing damage, but they are really good at tanking if you make your craft tank. And you can just see this thing is taking a beating. A whole bunch of Swiss cheese. That makes sense, actually. One more screen for good measure. We switch to the back here for kind of cool point of view, maybe? I don't know. I thought it was cool when I was doing it. But now looking at it, I just think this battle is way too long for my liking. I like the Omni Laser, it's very cool. You just see all the damage it's been taking. Although it kind of does look like a wedge machine. One more scream. And you can see the HP of it. I think it's about to fall. About to auto scuttle. Let's move back to the actual fight, where the crafts are not Texas-sized. Lion car. At this point of the battle, it was becoming very much a slog to even edit down. So I'm going to save myself the recording time and skip ahead to when something happens. The head fell off. It's about to auto scuttle. And this is the point where I spend way too much time looking at this, watching it scuttle, because it's the new craft. I gotta do that. So let's go ahead and get a lock on and spin around. Doing this nice and slow because it's disintegrating slowly. I'll let the visuals do the rest, and I'll start speaking when something interesting happens. something interesting is about to happen. Jump cut into tanks, and they're all firing. The somber lane's basically disintegrated at this point. I've made careful to not show it on camera because I want to make it feel like it's gone, no longer part of this fight. The rest of this will be some cleanup from the surprisingly strong farmers against the remaining lion forces. It will take a while. I'm not going to voice over all of it. So, I will get back to you when something else interesting happens, or the battle damages appear. And these artillery crafts are doing pretty good. Huh. That's a pretty big hole you have in you. Is... Huh, I think you got AI sniped. We finally reach nighttime. Or in a few seconds we will. It's finally nighttime. I've been wanting an excuse to do a proper nighttime battle, but the thing is, people actually want to see their crafts, and FTD night is kind of bad. because you can't see anything. Except for the lithoids, you can see their crafts. We got a runaway lion tank, or something. I think it's a tank. Let's get a close-up on that. And I have to do this really slowly because no control caps lock. I'm surprised I didn't cut this part down. My rules for cutting is if there's stuff moving, then I'm not allowed to cut it, because that's removing potentially important information. But yeah, no, he's on the run. I think he's gonna disintegrate soon. I'm not too sure. He definitely looks damaged, that's for sure. I think I might hold Q and delete him. I don't remember. I do remember now because I can see the clips up ahead. Alright. Yeah, he just backs away. He just keeps backing away. You can see he's quite low on the HP. I think I let him live as an escapee. I think. I believe so. That's what I'm going to go with. Pop. He's gone into nothingness. And that was the last craft. Here's the battle damages. Hello and welcome to slot 9 of turn 13. We have the first official looking city in battles, of course, of Citadel and its New York terrain defenses, of course. They got to protect against themselves for some reason. Versus... Looks like Avem is here to help them clean up their grounds. Let's see if they do a good job. Yes, I know the broadside was really bad for self-damage, but I only put it in there for the shot. I don't think it'll be much of an issue. And it looks like that Avem is more concerned about the towers blocking the very beautiful sky of Citadel, and not their dirty ground. A lot of damage here. Unfortunately, my shift caps is broken for some reason, so I can't just shift caps or control caps to the craft I want to look at, so I'll just be walking over there leisurely. There we go. I remember back when Deadly Blades were getting removed, and there's a bunch of complaints about stacking props and how they just lose efficiency. Yeah. I remember those days. These buildings are mostly air, so Thump would actually be the quickest way to kill them. Flamers are actually going to take quite a while. If you see any purple disconnected blocks, that is because someone left their, build mode, disconnected building mode on, and all the damage only hit a sub-object, so it doesn't trigger it back on, which is very interesting, very much a bug, and the devs for sure know about it. I don't know why they haven't removed it yet. You're in an odd spot. Did the train just fall? That's crazy. There we go.
We have a request to roll for capture from that heliofire docking with the lighthouse.
The real question is who is capturing who in that case.
Hold on. Let me roll for that real quick. I'll use my my fork. If it lands pointy side up, that's a no. Pointy side up, that's a no.
Bad.
If anyone knows the physics of a fork, you can tell me how much of a chance I actually rolled there. I wouldn't know. I only know how electricity works. Yeah, there might be some target prio tuning that needs to happen of some sort, because these buildings should not be targeted by military personnel. Not because war crimes or anything, it's more so that this takes forever to kill and these things are still shooting at you. Civilians aren't the greatest at defending or attacking you. They are good at getting shot at though, which is a waste of time. Spend less time shooting. Oh my. Hey, don't ram into each other. That'd be good. Okay. Looks like they've just finished up cleaning the New York debris and are moving on to the, I don't know what to call these, homeless shelters? I don't know. My next term, we will have a proper name for these buildings that isn't their actual name.
Center for Hostile Architecture?
Center for Hostile Architecture. Can you Aquamanize that and make it funny? And while we wait on that, this is the end of the battle. Thank you for watching. Battle damages soon, and I hope to see you in the next video.